Welcome to American Man 1776. This is a show about how the fires are out there in the part of Nebraska, and that you don't hear a peep out of the news nationwide. Got all the counties in Nebraska today. Thank God, because that's my house right over there.
I can feel the heat in my truck.
I'll bet you could smell it too. I've had a lot of fire pits.
So I trust in God, my Savior, the one.
I like the song, but I don't want to get copyrighted. But if you didn't notice, this was I believe this was them getting the cattle out and livestock out. That's what all these trailers are. And this is over there in Wyoming, Colorado, over there, that part in Nebraska, where that little knob is. It's down by there, by Ogallala. There's about 3 different fires going. They're also starting to use crop dusters to fight the fire. It's been really windy on the east side of Nebraska where I'm at. In case you didn't notice it, see, it was a crop duster. I saw one on the way down to Missouri. We went to the World War One museum. They were fighting another fire down there.
All right, just wanted you to know we saved it, barely. I pulled the little cowboy out, took him down to the barn. Okay, I gotta go check my fencing supplies, make sure they're not on fire. There you go. Long live cowboys.
We need to pray for rain for these guys. A lot of the firefighters around the country are starting to come out.
Patrick Fire Crew, Rochambeau, Myrna, Hazard, Ashton, Litchfield, Patrick, Oconto, Ansley, Scotia, Hayes County, Ord, Acadia, Northwest Fire and Rescue, Maxwell, Columbus, North Loop, Columbus Rural, 308 Fueling, Juanita, Palisades, Luke City. Thank you very much.
That right there is America coming together. They don't show you that part on TV. They want us all divided. Oh, this color. Oh, you're Democrat. You're Republican. You're a middle of the road. Oh, blah, 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 blah. If you're not for America and you don't want to come together to help out your fellow man in their time of need, then you really, truly are not American. Because this is what America was built on. We help each other out, no matter if it's here or even at a racetrack. If you're at just for example, if you're at a drag strip, you blow a engine or something, you need a couple pistons, and you ran out of all your parts, and someone else has got those parts, they'll loan it to you. Just to see, even though they might verse you right there in the very same round. I'm only using this as an analogy because I know of it. I've seen it firsthand. Even though they could verse you the next round, and you can eliminate them and put them on the trailer and win the race. This is not the same thing. These are people fighting for their lives. If you can't come together for this time, then
The entire state of Rhode Island is on fire! That's a major headline on every news channel if it were true, but instead it's just happening in Nebraska, so people don't seem to care. Wildfires have been sweeping across the state in the last few days, taking out more acres than the entire state of Rhode Island, but because it's not in a big city or in a populated area, people aren't even talking about it. The reality is that it's wiping out the heart of cattle country. We have over 6 million head of livestock in Nebraska, and it's taking out miles of fencing, barns, and equipment. Forage and feed in the wintertime has been absolutely lost, and grazing seasons for next year are totally gone. Some of these fires have taken out over 600,000 acres already, and they're 0% contained. People are losing their homes, their livelihoods, and in some cases, their very lives. But instead of complaining about how nothing's being done at a national level, people, boots on the ground, are making things happen, and I'd love your help. On the screen are a list of places where you can offer to help, whether that's giving supplies, feed, volunteering your time, or giving cash. People are struggling, they're hurting and in real need, but at the same time, they're tough, they're gonna get through this, whether the national media wants to talk about it or not.
yeah, they're in my opinion, there's another way they're trying to get rid of the cattle here, and like he said, the grazing part. They're also closed down a Tyson plant out in that area. I think it's more towards the middle of the state, but yeah, they're doing something about with our beef prices. I got a video about that in a couple minutes, but this is from Rusty Duncans. As of Monday evening, March 16th, 2026, here's how big the fires are in western Nebraska. You can see the percentage of containment is smaller. Text. All right, I can see it now. It says 40% contained, 36% contained, and 18% contained. And here's the border of, this is Colorado right here. This is Wyoming. Oh, I guess it is somewhere around there because I was thinking Tyson. I was told it was around Grand Island area. Here's the inside of a crop duster. I can't play it because it plays Kenny Loggins. Highway. You know, to the certain zone. I'm leaving a blank intentionally. What we need is those C-130s. That is in Colorado and in Wyoming and in, believe, California. And I think there's another one in Washington. They're part of the National Guard. You know, but I get copyright for that one. Another set of firefighters coming together again. I don't mean them coming together as a bad way. We're all coming together, unite as one. Instead of like the news does. It divides us. It divides Bill from Tom, Tim from Jose, Jose from Lee, and so on. We're all one. In the eyes of God. Some of the video from the foothills. Moving the cattle out of the way, or out of the line of the fire. Yeah, that last video showed how windy it was, and it was been that windy on this side, even without a storm, because we had a ice, slash what was it? Rainstorm came through. It was 61 day and snowing the next day with pellets, not snowflakes.
So, is a fire? We're gonna go back out and try and put out some more fire. Hi everyone, Melanie Standiford, Midwest Media by Melanie. I had gone home and now I'm back out. I am out by Farnham, Nebraska. I'll just go ahead and jump right to it. I'm on the east side of Farnham right now. This is really hard to see, so bear with me for a second. Oh my goodness, there we go. All right, so the fire department is bustling. They have evacuated the town of Farnham. There's fire trucks all through town, and they're focusing on the west side of Farnham right now. Several fire trucks coming into town also, and you can see that the glow from the fire is north of Farnham and west of Farnham. So you can see that it kind of cuts off here where I am and is more so this way. But the wind has shifted a little bit. It's more straight south now. And I know that in Curtis, it was just thick, heavy smoke in town. It's like 20 minutes to Curtis from here. So I drove over, get a look, see what's going on. Thank you so much to the fire departments. They've been going all day on this. I know that there's also fires. There were fires in the Kearney area. There's fires north of North Platte. At least one home was lost in Arthur, Nebraska. A young family lost their home tonight. I want to make a master post if people want to comment on if they want, if they are able to help, like move animals or horses or livestock or anything like that in any of these fires. They should reach out. I know that there's several people that are offering and probably a lot going on already, but everybody kind of needs one place to be able to comment and say, you know, I can help or whatever. So I will start a post just for helping and we'll go from there. But right now you can see I'm actually going to hand off my phone. I have a helper with me tonight, so I'm going to hand off my phone. I know it's cold, and just look out the window there. I'll turn the heater on. I'm not doing much talking. That is actually actually glow, isn't it? If you look in the phone there, you can see that you can't turn it. You can see that there's fire glow even clear off to the east toward Elwood. All right, so I'm going to turn into town. It's very possible that I'll be told to leave, and I understand that. I don't want to be in the way, but I am going to go to the command center. And just head back into Farnham. So we're on Highway 23 right now, heading into Farnham. This is Farnham, Nebraska. It's really infiltrating the area. This is the fire that started in Cottonwood Canyon this morning, earlier today. I'm going to drive around and through town, and then I'm going to loop back to the fire department. Again, just driving through Farnham, Nebraska right now, where the town has been evacuated due to a fire that started earlier in the day. And my main goal right now is just to stay out of anyone's way and keep an eye on where the fire is located so I don't get myself into danger or cause any problems for anybody. So there's the water tower here in Farnham and the old school. That's where we're at right now. It's a fire truck. Oh, no, that's just a regular truck. You can see when we come around the corner here, you'll see a lot of the fire trucks are staged on the edge of town. We're just here on Caribou Street, here on the edge of Farnham. And there's where those fire trucks are staged on the west side of town. Super thick smoke. Smells terrible. One more block this way. Reached Farnham, and the fire departments are working very hard to make sure that doesn't happen. But the smoke is very thick here in town, and they have the staging station set up at the fire department here in Farnham. So I'm in Farnham, Nebraska, where the town has been evacuated due to a fire. There's fires all around the area, some north of North Platte. One house was lost in Arthur. I've been on the Cottonwood Road fire most of the day, bringing you coverage from that. I'm going on the outskirts so I don't get in anybody's way. Oh, they got their sprinklers all around this house here. Oh, did it get you? Yes. She got water in the window. Okay. So we're just going to come up behind here and we can see the staging at the Farnham Fire Department. I'm going to pull into the Senior Center parking lot over here so I'm not in the way. I think I can get through here. All our volunteer fire department personnel out here. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'm going to go out and I'm going to talk to these guys and see what they can tell me, and unless they're too busy, which I would understand, obviously, if they're too busy to chat right now. Out of here. So you can see the, I don't know if you can or not, the smoke in the sky, but
You can see the smoke in the air.
all right, I'm Melanie Standiford, Midwest Media by Melanie in Farnham, Nebraska. Saturated with smoke, a full day out here with these guys. Kind of trying to stay out of the way, but bring you as much as I can with what's going on during the fire that we've been seeing. So I will be back. I will tell you more, and I will. I just ask you to join me in prayers for these fire departments and for anybody who has lost their homes or anything during this fire. I'm going to flip it around and sign out. From Farnham, Nebraska, I'm Melanie Standiford, Midwest Media by Melanie.
Cannot make any progress. Wherever we go, we lose ground. Structure is coming.
And that's the wind gusts in that area from 5 days ago, as of this 5 days ago, as of this recording. And I can't be the only one that has Fortunate Son playing in their head when they hear this from CCR. Quite interesting that they're finding all sorts of ways to get in water in that area. But with the wind, so how bad the wind is, that it's hard for them to fight the fire. You can see it in the videos and hear it. This is what I was talking about with beef. This all has to do with it.
Why is the hamburger so much cheaper to Walmart or a big box store? They mix a lot of trim, the trimmings from other meats, other beefs from Brazil or other countries. They'll bring that in. That stuff comes in at $2 a pound or less, and they grind it with the American hamburger, call it all American. I don't think they have to put that in the label and sell it as American hamburger.
Very soon we'll get to a video where the ranchers will start talking. Oh, actually, no, we got to the video already where it was talking about this is where a lot of our cattle is in Nebraska and their feed. And a lot of that was planted last year, if you didn't know that, in the fall. Not all, but a lot. This is the one that breaks it down.
We've lost 536,543 farms. Over 500,000 farms gone. At the same time, we've lost 165 million acres of farmland.
The roar of the fire, the heat, the wind, it's just almost like a jet engine.
Blazes blanket hundreds of thousands of acres in Nebraska, and at least one person in Arthur County has died.
It's almost indescribable. That's probably the worst we've ever seen.
Governor Jim Pillen issued a statewide burn ban and made an emergency declaration ordering the deployment of National Guard personnel and assets to support the firefighters working overtime.
It is a very serious situation.
The Salvation Army of Omaha springing to action on Friday.
They're bringing one of our canteens, our big food trucks out there, as well as another SUV packed with food and supplies to help.
Lancaster County saw 4 major fires threaten fields and homes on Thursday. There, as in much of the West, it's volunteers shouldering much of the work.
We are incredibly grateful for the dedication of our rural volunteer firefighters. These men and women give their time, energy, and sometimes leave their jobs at a moment's notice.
You can find this full story at KATV.com.
Yeah, that was before I noticed this morning. This was yesterday that they finally did it, and it's been burning since 3/12 or 3/11 actually. And look, the date's the 17th. And they did it on the 16th. They are on the ball. And this is that Midwest Millie. Go find her on Facebook. If you can help out, this is what they say they need. My brother-in-law and his fiance and their 3 girls lost their ranch, and they're living in, or the house they were living in, and their belongings in the wildfire when it moved rapidly through Arthur County. If any of my friends or family can help in the Panhandle area with any of their clothes or necessary items for them, the baby or girls are willing to donate. Girls that would be willing to donate, please let me know. I can arrange a pickup to get them ASAP. Men's large, extra large or tall, pant sizes. You can see it there. Baby girl. This is just sad. Here's some of the aerial photos of them. Oh, it's washer fluid. Oop. Washer fluid. I'm guessing to help out with the windows. I don't know. You can go to that if you could donate and help out. Also, if you can go to these, or go to the dinner. If you're in the state or in that area, I'm 6 hours away. They're all getting their water. Tankers or fertilizer trailers. That's what a lot of these are. Filling up with water to help out fight the fire. And with that wind assist, there's just no way to stop it. We need rain. That's not putting it out there. It's just wind, fuel, And oxygen is all you need for a fire to go. And it's got plenty of both, or all three. They're just trying to saturate the ground after how dry it's been. We've had a very, very dry winter. Yes, I know I disagree with Pillin, but here he is signing the state of emergency. Here's some video of a crop duster again. There's no audio. Trying to save a home. Wow. 122,000 acres. And we haven't gotten any smoke. It was crystal clear when I went out there an hour ago at 5. Yeah, for anybody thinking that this is God going against America, need to realize that there's actually weather modification that can happen. And I looked up artificial wind or US patents for making wind. Because I know there's patents for making tornadoes, making thunderstorms, or how to intensify thunderstorms. And move weather, move hurricanes, or direct them, not whatever way you want to call it. Tomato, tomato, because they can cause a low pressure right in front and guide it any direction they need to. But anyways, so they could be causing it to be windy. There's no way it should be windy over the last week and a half, unless something's going on here. They can use HARP, which I did see a lot of that happening. They were spraying us for that storm that we were getting. About a day and a half before we got the storm, we were getting chemtrails all over the place here in Omaha. And then it started getting really, really windy. Because I was trying to double check to make sure real quick before I put this out there that it wasn't a wind tunnel. But I don't see anything that says anything about wind tunnel. Like they use for airplanes, cars, stuff like that. This is a method. A method is provided for generating power through artificial induced wind flow. Naturally available energy such as sunlight is used to create a high low pressure area or areas artificially in two separate chambers or regions. Two areas are connected together through a tube, which results in a wind flow from a higher pressure area to a lower pressure area, which wind flow is used to power wind turbines, which is used to generate electricity. A method provides an alternative to existing methods of power generation from wind energy or solar energy, such as natural wind farms, photovoltaic cells. I was butchering that. I don't know. And solar terminal systems. But if they could provide those, they could do the other with HARP and other weather modification satellites and radars that they have. Sorry to make you all dizzy, but pause to see if you want to see all this, or go look up the US patent yourself if you can. I only go down here because see, atmospheric power generator, solar heating apparatus method. One guy from Patriot Soapbox is no longer on there anymore. started teaching us how to do this, how to do research, how to read into this, and then how these go into something else. And we'll show you. His name was TMC. So Tango Murphy Charlie. Yeah, it's interesting when they don't even give you a any description, just a classification. No, it's not being all paranoid or woo-woo or reaching for straws. Oh yeah, this right here with that video I showed earlier, this is the farmer. See if he's got anything else. Oh, that was his last one.
Nebraska is facing the biggest wildfire in its history, and firefighters say it is still completely out of control. 3 massive wildfires have exploded across central and western Nebraska, burning around 600,000 acres and sitting at 0% containment. Officials say 1 person has already been killed, and the situation is getting worse by the hour. The largest blaze, called the Moriel Fire, has already scorched more than 460,000 acres across Moriel, Arthur, and Keith counties, making it the biggest wildfire Nebraska has ever recorded. A second blaze, the Cottonwood Fire, has burned about 100,000 acres near Gothenburg, and a third, the Road to 103 Fire, has taken out more than 40,000 acres near the village of Halsey. Governor Jim Pillen has declared a state of emergency, activated the Nebraska National Guard, and deployed Black Hawk helicopters to help fight the flames. Fire crews from Omaha and Lincoln are sending people and equipment, and the governor said,
all right, this is completely AI, and they haven't even spelled Omaha or Lincoln right. And I'm pretty sure, let's go back to the Black Hawk. This is what's retarded. It's got 2 tails. What the fuck? I'm sorry for cursing, but what the hell? That's the goofiest look of Black Hawk I've ever seen.
the flames.
Not to mention the guy talking.
Omaha and Lincoln are sending people and equipment, and the governor says he's reaching out to nearby states for backup, but the weather is turning against them. A major storm system is bringing dry, windy conditions, exactly what firefighters don't want. Officials say the winds could be extraordinary, making an already dangerous situation even more unpredictable after touring the burn zone by helicopter. The governor said the damage is overwhelming, and he urged Nebraskans to pray for the communities in the fire's path.
That's not even Nebraska. Man, these AI videos are getting ridiculous, but funny. No audio? No audio. That's what Nebraska looks like. Yeah, that lady died in the wildfire. There's a map of it. In Cottonwood. And look at all that. It's all kindling right now. Leave a nothing some or winter. Or little to no rain through the winter. That's all fire over there. You can see the smoke. Yeah, there's more of it. Burning off down there. Oh, and also not to mention, if you think that we're overpopulated here in America, it burned 122,000 acres, only 1 life lost, and only 1 home lost. That's in 1 small area. Think about that. We have plenty of room to expand outside the cities. You can see where it stopped. That's how bad the wind is. Those are just cattle, and it's just blowing. It was gusting at 45 to 60 mile an hour winds. See all the burns. Got the telephone pole. See all the burning again. Oh, O'Reilly's came through with donation. And McCook. Yeah, see, people lost their home. It's not a game. Everything these people owned. I think it's kind of interesting that the fire burned. It burned all this, and it did not touch the pine trees. I grabbed a bunch of pine trees from Christmas time. A lot of them were green, and they went up like I had gasoline on them. And not just gasoline, racing gas, which goes up faster and burns hotter. But there's something weird here going on. Looks like a barn. But no, it's a home, actually. I think that's a chimney. I don't know why I'm zoomed in so much. South and Central Canada, man. I received a request from Brian and Teresa Hitchrich, a member, to consider donating some time for fire relief if you're available. Their daughter has contacted them and are crucially short of manpower in the Hanas area. This is not requested to be a fire line. They're in need of folks that are willing to feed and core, I'm guessing, and care and watch calving cows and help care for evacuating livestock while local firefighter crews actively fight fire away from their operation. Many of these folks are putting in 24 plus hour shifts, getting breaks, so they have things covered at home. Is a huge help. If you're available and willing to help, please contact. There's their phone number. You're directly in the so that they can direct you to the area of greatest need, or get in contact with local emergency coordinators. There's places you could drop off. Is there a scan on here? Well, it's the Cottonwood Fire. Support the Grogans. Oh, here's where Pillin did the tour. Oh, we saw dead porcupines and several bunnies. Hassenpfeffer. I was just going to tell you about this. The visiting family that lost their home in the Cottonwood Fire. They hesitate to ask for help, but are speaking to the Red Cross tomorrow. Please help me encourage them and accept love and generosity from their neighbors. Please help me encourage the people to donate according to the family's specific needs. If they do not accept help, some of it willing to depend on expectations of them and help from the Red Cross. Thank you. I thought they were going to talk about the family with the cross here. Yeah, I think this is a good way to end it off with this picture. And pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, please help bring some moisture into that area and calm down the winds. Please bring up the energy to these people and help them through these rough times where they're losing their cattle, losing their livestock, losing their lives, losing their homes. Please help bring us all together and help them. And bring your moisture too out of the skies, out of your heavens, and help stop this, whatever this is, if it's an attack or just incident happening. But please help them out. Amen.